today we can talk to a seasoned member of parliament. We don't in a parliament for a very long time, and before he be left parliament, he be the leader of the majority. And we can continue for look at the issues them we don't be topic of discussion recently after the state opening of parliament. Usai a lot of the public concern that the First Lady, Madam Fatima Jabi Bio, been get concerned and say they humiliate in a parliament, and safe the public concern say it not been team up during the term where a man be the kind side and other dignitary them. We they can look at today the protocols in parliament. We know they pay more attention to that, but we'll use that as a case study. And we get Honorable Ibrahim Bundu, we na a former member of parliament and he served na parliament for 3 consecutive terms. We mean say he did na parliament for about 15 years and it all different position them. And before he left na parliament, na being the majority leader of parliament. Good morning, Honorable, and welcome to the Liberty Breakfast Show.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
All right, this morning we'll bring you a lot of discuss on our parliamentary practices and protocols. Normally, how it can tell like in a parliament in terms of people the way they visit parliament, we normally una can refer to as strangers them, aside the president way una can normally say in a member of parliament and it's a go visit on a parliament. Let we take them step by step. Parliament as an institution. Una can normally say a sacred institution established or governed by the rules of the Constitution and on a standing orders them. In terms of practices and protocols, let we start there for visitors where they go na parliament. How normally can tell like?
Well, like you rightly say, parliament is a sacred place, supposed to be security supposed to be watertight. From the time you there around the precinct of parliament, you're supposed to be watched, and you come to the gate if you come for visit workers, or you come for visit members of parliament, not to a place where then they restrict people. But then first of all, we get a dress code. You know, we just dress all kind where you go inside parliament. That's number one. Then, of course, the security, they also charge with the responsibility for such, for make sure, say, you not go there with any hazardous material or what have you, because elected officials at the end of the day. So all of that, a day as a practice, you know. Then, of course, when Parliament is in session, now one of the most important area. Finance will get the gallery. The gallery they host not only ordinary Israeli, they also host diplomats. So now a place where you know, they just not a walk in. You know, you must be taken through a thorough screening of the purpose and what you go there for. You know, journalists and it's a place where overly watched. Thoroughly watched, so that nobody not go breach the. We already talk about strangers. Of course, all the one day within at the gallery, including journalists, they're all strangers. You know, they're there to listen. They're there not to participate. Nobody not for hearing them, and for sit down, observe, and take notes of waiting at their own. Of waiting really the proceedings they go thereafter. So that are the kind of security that way with the Parliament of Sierra Leone they you know. And plus there are also laws. Like you rightly say, we get the standing orders, they will get the Constitution. So anything they do, would they base them on the Constitution? Would they base them on our rules of procedure during the sitting? You know,
Right,
so that's basically.
We'll come back to you. The program when they watch na the breakfast show, they come live na Liberty Online TV, and we get a former member of parliament and also somebody we don't serve as a majority leader in parliament. So they talk about parliamentary protocols and practices, how it don't like during the term na parliament and waiting the standing orders and the constitution of parliament say. As members of parliament, and can always say parliament is a sacred institution and are the legislative arm of government. Yes or no, we will explain.
Yes, so like I will start, I talk about security, I talk about other protocols we observe, like members that we, people that we visit, people that we in at the gallery, whether you are a journalist, whether you are a diplomat, what have you, you must adhere to listening, observing, and whatever you want for delving into later on. Like of course, both of we all don't serve parliaments as journalists for a while, and we are very much familiar. But for the edification of the public, basically that now, you know, the security is very key, and the decorum way if you really obey whilst in the well, you know, although sometimes out of ignorance or out of anxiety, like during times we can do then people they would nominate or they sanction them. You see people are so excited about somebody when they read and talk about them so much church so they can clap. Some they want over clap or they want over OTSF. The speaker can say, please, you're here to be heard. You're here to be seen, but not to be heard.
Honorable, you don't get a general description of how parliament, especially security and other thinking they do. But let me just look at the scenario, how it be done in Talek, especially for state opening, when that's we look at inside this edition of the breakfast show. Tell we how the practices be done in Talek, not only for those in the gallery, but inside the well of parliament, whenever it's time for state opening. Firstly, how that then can dede, and orderly how then can come inside for dede.
Okay. State opening are one of we big functions we get annually, and it become a big function because now one of the only time where the president is under obligation for can face we for two things. One, for mark the end of that session. Then number two, for make it tell the nation, make it talk to the nation, waiting it don't do during the course of that year. So now a very an occasion we attracted by so many people. So we get to a parliamentary invitation list. They start by inviting people because we invite a lot of dignitaries. It's a public event, but the sitting accommodation will get in the well of parliament, enough for whole everybody at that particular time. So we start with invitations for people that will day inside the well. We extend them to people who did in the galleries. Then of course during our time, and of course I know say they continue because we know say people they rarely like for attend our occasion. They provide televisions outside. Go some man and they go sit down at the state hall, and get the opportunity to put chairs and they nice and get the opportunity for say and day. Although not to live, but the proximity to live, that kind of. So some people then they go there for go cheer up the MP, for go left the MP for a lot of things. So then a very, very sacred day for we. But it also good for let the audience know say waiting a state opening of parliament. My law. If you look, if you go now section 84 of the Constitution, provision they that now the president now him they determine and give the venue which I want for go address the nation, as long as not inside Sierra Leone, not necessarily inside Parliament. Now an occasion where the president he rarely get them. And if we say today, this next state opening will go do an attain, as long as he get the wherewithal way to accommodate all the people where they come. So it's a national, constitutionally allowed event to be controlled by the president in terms of the venue and the date where he wants. So it's a very unique event for him.
From your explanation, it clearly shows that this event is all about the president, and in people in a state house, they work together with Parliament for agree on the dates, the venue, just like how you say.
Oh, definitely.
Where the presidents they come, because the president, una can refer and say, a sitting member of Parliament.
Yes. Honorary sitting member of
yes.
Parliament.
In terms of where the president can come, how una arrangements can talek from where the president they left in office in a state house for come Parliament, take a go na the well of Parliament and read a speech?
Well, the first event where he reach na the precinct of Parliament, na the parking lot next to the entrance, where they usher the leaders of the political parties. They usher them to the leader to the place where they go taking in salutes, in presidential salutes. Then one of in first events that. So after the presidential salute and all the attendant protocols, that time the people that we come invited guests, them most of them go they pass in and out. They go sit down. So from there, after the salute, we usher them straight to the office of the speaker for make where we go sit down with the leader.
Guests they with the car with on in one una can usher straight to the office of the speaker.
Oh no. Him and his wife. If he can't with his wife, now then two with the usher. But by then, the vice president go don't come and take his seat. Now no. When the vice president they come, they take salute, but they come and take a seat to say Jeff go take in presidential salute. Even ministers themselves they come, the one the way one for witness the occasion and King Kande themselves sit down.
So normally una can get a setup outside for all the events there before now move go inside the well.
Exactly. No, before we move go inside the well. But for the speaker, for the president, the vice president and his wife, or we they take them first to the speaker's suite. Now they go sit down and brief yourself on anything that is, where you go like for including wife. Okay. I mean, it's a place where they interact, both the leadership of Parliament, both on both aisles. We crack fun, then take water, and it's now a cool off place for all of us. I remember when President Koma, because we sat in Parliament together. So when the Honorable Bernadette Lai can sit down, and they begin pulling all jokes we get with them, So now the kind of place where they relax in readiness for prepare the president very, very thoroughly make whatever he get for do in terms of then we go in and begin usher them in this order. Number one, they come for the wife, take her to the well.
If first they go inside,
yes,
or you can go with a man.
No. Now the order they give, we can have them four. Now they will usher into the well. So they usher them in this order. Number one, na the wife. Now in the sergeant at arms, they can take and can go na the well. Followed by the speaker. Then number three, we get the vice president. Then finally the president, in that order during my time.
Has there any time in the past, based on the term then where you did a parliament, the 3 consecutive terms then where you did a parliament, where the president, the day where they go address the state on the state opening, in West Waka go inside parliament, or usher them inside parliament from the speaker's suite to the well?
No, not to my knowledge. I'm not sure. I don't believe so, because I don't not only as leader, I don't know the leadership. Even way back when I've been in the opposition. See, like I say that the leadership of parliament, I get that, I the director that particular occasion day. So any side and they do, whether they opposition or not, once if they within the leadership, from the honor within the game for go take a salute to the speaker suite. From the speaker suite, we take them in that order. Where where would they take the wife? We come for the speaker. The sergeant at arms come for the speaker, then the vice president, and the president finally in that order.
Honorable, normally during the state events there, na parliament, who can they in charge of protocols? Is it the parliamentary protocol team or na the protocol department from State House or Foreign Affairs?
Now both bodies, because then gets the way they want for design the presidency movement. You know, the only thing where they're not going to do that day, they're not going to announce the entrance of the president na the well, na the sergeant at arms. But all other protocols and security, you know, they within the remit of the State House security or the State House protocols. But when the presidents don't enter the office of the speaker, the speaker suite, from that time they would take charge of protocol. Now make now sergeant at arms. Now would they assign for usher from the first lady to the speaker to the vice president and finally the president.
When we look at the time interval, the way then 3 set of people there they enter na the well. 4 set of people there where una say then they care first the president in wave. Then followed by the vice president,
the speaker,
then the vice president before the president come. Approximately waiting based on una tell una the time interval between the entrance them and where then people where they enter. Is it that the president can still sit down at the speaker in suite, they wait for your term, or it can then at a place where anything will happen inside the well, it go to see him?
No. I don't know if they don't fix CCTV camera now for where you go get access there. But during my time, the speaker, they sit on the. I mean, it's a very nice occasion where now relaxed. Everybody is relaxed, including us as leaders, you know. So the president, the vice president, no, you would make the speaker go after the wife. Now for let usher in the vice president and the president. So when the president and the vice president and the car, they sit there. Now I make the order where they sit the president in wife. Then we make sure say followed by the speaker. So the speaker go to look at, you know, you go to observe all the things the way they happen, you know, and send for the vice president. Then finally the president. You know, not to think we kind of like try for spy one and all the opportunity. Of course, it's if an incident provoke the necessity of that, like you try for insinuate, why not? You know, so that
Now that's what I want to say. If any incident happen at the well, for example, before the president they come inside, anybody there where they can go prep and say there is a situation at the well currently where they go XYZ, you go for take your time or anything like that.
Well, we get two security. We get the parliamentary security and protocols. Then we get also the president in security and protocols. So anything happen in between the time where the other personality, then they don't go in. Of course, there is communication. That one, is assured.
So the president is aware if anything of chaos or rowdiness they happen at the well, then you don't get that communication there. Is the president normally in charge of the events, like the program for the keeper up to date in protocol people, maybe the scope for the communicate with and say, no, you don't need for go inside now, you need for wait, this they happen, then they happen. Is it possible?
You see, when you talk about incident, and they in various degrees, the well of parliament now a public people's friendly place. So if undertones, overtones sometimes in they occur, they are not lethal. So then, when they create any situation where it warrants for, say, the president not going to wait for BP, not going to, we are not during our time, and I've not had that even after I left. So I don't see any, because people sometimes the only term that in the year wouldn't they see one term for a year. So there are a lot of hugs, there are a lot of but that notwithstanding, the security also did a standard for make sure say, But what they do, what members of parliament and they do inside them place. Now one thing that they will, they go to any prosecution, what they then do, what they then say inside them, what they say, no, they beyond prosecution. It's the law. Not to say that we yourself, it is the law. It is in the 1991 Constitution. What we do inside our well, it's our house.
Based on our practices and protocols, the same way the dignitaries they don't enter, the four special people and we make mention of where now the president, the vice president, the speaker, and the president's wife. We then can get special cells and I can make for them first go inside the speaker's suite, where then they wait for everything don't settle before they come inside.
Right.
During the procession of the individuals and they, what's in required of people where they inside the well in terms of honoring, for example, if the president they can inside, the vice president or the speaker or the first lady for let people them tin up. Nothing where wanna be done the practice or na law with it.
Well, you get what you call the law, then you get what you call conventions. Conventions, not to law, but then carry the force of law. Parliamentary best practices. These are things where a standard, when everybody knows, say, at any point where the speaker they enter that well, he must, anybody where they inside that well, they must tin up. It's a standard procedure for let you go to that parliament day. Now make when they come, the sergeant at arms they announce in entrance, honorable members, Mr. Speaker. So as long as that is announced, just like when a judge or a magistrate they come inside the courts, then they announce for follow them, then they do a different court rise, we know they go into court rise, but they announce the entrance and people in the grab and get that honor the usher in by the sergeant at arms.
Honorable, they come back to the entrance and how we can turn for show respect to the speaker and other dignity them. But when we talk about one very important thing for Una as member of parliament them and how symbolic it is. Now that's what they can call the mace. Very symbolic in a parliament, and a lot of people believe in a very powerful instrument standing. That's what they call mace. For the benefit of the viewers, the way they watch with this morning, we know it's important. How important is that instrument to parliament?
Well, that is a symbol of authority, to put it simply. Now the authority that one day where anybody where the mace usher both in and out. It shows say he get authority at that time, not the parliament, not the well of parliament, and even outside. Because even when they go until he reach not the destination, which I go if na in office or what have you, that is the symbol of authority. Say somebody in authority, in high authority in parliament, you know, and most of the time now only the speaker, and occasionally when we get state opening, then personality, yeah. You know, so it's
why they don't usher in the speaker, and during events them like state opening, where it done the sergeant at time go side the lamb middle of the parliament for between the divide for the two party them within a parliament, and at some times on a even cover them.
Okay, that when it open, that means the session it don't start. It mark the beginning of the beginning of the discussion. You know, the clerk will announce the agenda of the day, will go preceded by prayers, you know. You ask about the covering of the mace. The covering of the mace simply means like we parliament want for go into committee stage, but we no want for go do them outside. When the whole House of Parliament want for go into committee, and we don't want for go, because we get committee rooms, we get committee room 1 and the others. But if we want get like we get bills where they discuss after first reading, second reading, before we go into third reading, we go into committee stage for enter into the nitty-gritty of the things then we want for discuss. So since we don't want to move from the well, we cover the mace for symbolize the closure of the session at that time, and transform yourself into a committee stage. Even the speaker, they pull in heart. The time where the speaker they wear the hat, they pull them for really shows it now na committee. It's an ordinary session where dress up like the main session.
So during the period of them procession and they follow the people enter inside the parliament, the well of parliament, based on our procedures, them, if somebody not turn up, is it a breach of on our procedures, them, na parliament?
Yes. Ideally, we'll be shocked to see somebody not turn up, and we go. No matter where, it's a matter of concern, because procedurally and conventionally, when we speak at the go inside, when the president they go inside and this and that, people then they have to accept in an OTSF situation, because some people can get some problems. You get something we go, but even there they try for cover up. But for publicly deny the what you call them, the parliamentary protocols, we call and say like contempt of parliament. It's very contemptuous for letting not do that.
So normally if somebody when I say like contempt, if somebody commit a contempt of parliament, what are the consequences?
The consequences, you also if you want to see the actual consequences, they defend on section 95 of the Constitution, where it even lead up to what you call prosecution. It can be apprehended in so many ways where the speaker deem fit. Don't forget the speaker now get the final say in the parliament. The chair of the anything what they do, and when he rule is final.
When I get exception to then consequences there for say, okay, we'll give exception to certain set of people if they commit contempt of parliament safe, we not go take any action against the person.
Nothing debatable. We can debate, sometimes you can see when sometimes a member of parliament do something wrong, then the speaker they send on to the disciplinary committee. Disciplinary committee go look into them, then bring their report, then read them. If nothing will warrant You know, that you warrant apology, public apology, then go ask him for do that. If you not do you know, you go follow another consequence. Not a straight away jump into, you know, sometime what the people they want for let them do. It's a procedure. It's a procedural event. If somebody do something and go discuss them at committee level and see, you know, under the circumstance, and at the end of the day, the speaker they give ruling that when you don't look at all what don't happen in terms of breaching the protocols of parliament, or you know, or going against the orders of parliament, this and this and this is what is prescribed. Then
the protocol of parliament. You experienced a parliament, it ever happened before, where that procession did it happen, any dignity sidom, nothing up for honor, it ever happened before?
No, not during my time. Not during my time. We not ever get that incident. Especially the area where it occur. You know, some people them like na the gallery, so we never get much attention. But that frontage beside the president, the vice president, you know, everybody's eyes are on that. So it's a very glaring place where everybody they watch. It's not the center, not the focus, not the center where everybody they look at. So if any incident happen, it's public knowledge.
Take we through the circumstance them where the speaker for apologize to an individual or to the public if it feels say the honorable member of parliament them behave in an appropriate manner.
Like I say ab initio, the speaker na get the last say, get a lot of discretion as the head of that entity. And the question is when and how, if we apologize, is strictly the under in discretion, because the decision of the chair is final. We all go down and say, just like, you know, within the legislative body, you know, the power of veto, that's what then they call them as executive branch, the supreme executive authority. The judiciary go down try somebody, then find them guilty of murder, find them guilty of this. The only person we get the prerogative of mercy, we go say, well, we don't do all of this, but on our left and the president also. Now you call the supreme executive power, you know. So the speakers have get them. The speakers have get them. When all is said and done, they within your own discretion. You get a big discretion, your authority for let talk say, all right, in spite of all what don't happen, I rule as follows. And when he ruled, that's final.
Honorable, I guess you are aware of the recent incident we happened where the president go to state opening last week.
Yeah.
And there is this whole debate now of people discussing whether there was a breach in parliament that day based on the parliamentary protocols. We say they expect, say, the Speaker of Parliament supposed to apologize because of the way how, according to our members of Parliament, been behaved to them that day, disrespect them in words. From your experience in Parliament, how you go describe that incident where happened at Parliament, where the First Lady and they usher them in, people and be they chant a song, we not go down well with them. How you go describe them based on our protocols and practices in Parliament?
First of all, undertones and overtones, be it singing or what have you in Pali, is not unprecedented. I think that will don't happen over the period. And I'm sure the people in question, they all been on the go parliament, you know, not a strange thing, you know. And the degree for which it reacts, he left with you as a person. But generally, I think we in public events where the witness are so plenty, including the one that were not even there inside the well. Nobody know the way watch that events the way you go. So something not been happen, you know. And because somebody when they watch that event, they quite often, one day see it happen. A lot of people were shocked, including myself here, But those things do happen.
What thing you been shocked? What thing shock you?
About the first lady not adhering to the protocols, to the normal protocols of Parliament that day. I was taken aback. Something is wrong, But I now quickly, with me, I now quickly attribute to the Contempt as alleged by her, or I was shocked by the fact that yanda na place where in terms of what you call overtones, undertones, not to team for shock anybody where they enter, especially dignitaries, be you president, be you a vice president or what have you, So not to na eventual wall for look at as a nation, we look at them as a parliament, we look at them and find a way.
Before the reaction, there was an action. When are these taunting parts where different people get their own different explanation as to waiting and things say wrong or right. But as a former member of parliament, that particular taunting will happen when I be a state event, not a political event. How you go describe them?
I separate a state event from it's a political event.
An event outside the president will go against the nation.
No,
not so like for example, outside they begin play that particular song they where they sing inside the hall. The particular song where they sing inside parliament that day, we know say it come from them singing them na the SLPP convention. How you go describe that?
Provided if I've been go SLPP convention or I watch them proceedings. As far as me concerned, it was an old song by Milo Jazz person in this country, popular Milo Jazz person, so you can find him in way na any occasion. They not married, they not. So if you can have parliament, I don't know why somebody go take him as in a taunt for him or her. It was just a song. It's a happy day. The state opening a very, very happy day for we, where the executive, the judiciary, and the legislative arm they fuse together. We sit down in a very friendly, now we could invite the whole of the judiciary. You see them, get special place. Then the executive, the ministers. Would they give them special place, would they usher them in? Everybody, now very, very safe day for we, where everybody they put on in best in terms of
so
what.
Some of the issues and they then same them way. So at times it can either be between the political parties them or against each other. They sing songs against one ourselves. When I'm not consider that a serious matter.
No.
On that day.
No.
So they both the SLPP and APC MP them, where the first lady they allege say that then Contempt, based on your own experience and parliamentary practices, APC and SLPP MP them not commit no crime?
No. I say so guidedly. Because when you say a crime, you begin to talk about going to trial, going to...
Because she's now demanding for an apology. So if somebody they say apologize to me, that means you do something way wrong.
Well, it can interpret that in so many ways. Apologize to me, maybe you don't know the other side of what the person will say apologize to her. What did he say? Because I'm sure it's a season. The speaker was a season.
Public comment it
so,
from her.
But I understand. Say even when people approach her, and say, "All right, let us give it. Let we go sit down and talk about it, and we'll get back to you." Because now in duty for control emotions, for control the decorous aspect of the parliament and so on. So I see they taking time for do things, and that's just it. If somebody can you host and you invite them, if anything happen, even if you think seriously, say, without even asking, you can say, well, sorry for the thing will go happen. Sorry for, that kind of, because, now like you get picking in the house, you get stranger, he come to you, one of them, he just thinks, say, oh, you go do something inappropriate. Without even the person even asking, you can go and do make an apology. So it's left to the speaker for let him manage the expectations of the public, the expectations of the person who are affected. For make we see how peace and harmony. Later, one of incidents they not bring the kind of because I'm even shocked about it. In as much as we all look at what happen in different ways, but that's just political. It's political. You talk about the incident first rear in ugly head na the convention. So if you can, John Palmer throwing at John Rest, then one day members of parliament were there at the convention. Some of them contested, for positions, and then get a suspicion as how would that they be and they lost, and so on and so forth. So all of those things, you just look at them and say,
it's okay for bring party internal politics na the well of parliament.
It is not okay, but politics being what it is, we don't absorb them over the and you say this person you forget thick skin where you want to go into what is it. So many things that will not make like this year it just can't happen by surprise. No, it's no all works and no play make Jack a dull boy. The side we not expect honestly. Pass number one blow them out of proportion. But what happened in Parliament, will be too much of but politics being around, it's also okay for let people express. The small avenue down the way himself gets for making express in laws, for making express in these, So it's a political house. It's a political
we go
house.
back to the issue of breaching protocols and practices them in parliament. Among them, 4 people will be make mention of. Saying them on a really they give that procession honor for go take them seats. Among any of them, if this breach happen of any of our protocols, what think can happen?
Like I say, it depends on the magnitude of the breach. Because they study them on a case-by-case basis. Some man go use obscene language. It can be looked into based on that. Some man go use a physical, bro. We don't see the no fets na parliament. It's not normal. Nobody not going to expect an MP where you go to section 97 of the Constitution for let an MP go, but tempers flare. And only they happen, or only unique to Sierra Leone. They happen in other parliaments, or man in the take chairs, because we all get we own diverse and different way where they react to situations. So probably the same way, the reaction way the first lady being getting mine. I would just say, well, you know what? Let me keep my cool and just sit down. So it is us now as a nation for now we interpret them in a way let peace continue rather than bringing in, because the law is very unique. Sometimes then you read all what you say, but then say in spite of all of that, we are going to look at it from another perspective, from a human point of view, and pardon you, So it's left with us as a nation. It's left with us as a people. Because first of all, we all been happily living Guyanda. We all been happily living Guyanda. Now something no more just can't obstruct. So let's see how they manage them, because we are a very admired nation. And if we look at them from, let's not escalate the tension again of what happened. Now that's me go look at.
But de-escalating the tension as it is, different conversations they happen. Or that they say the constitution permits people and say, if you want to kiss, not to by force. The constitution all speculate, say, not give any specific section, say, where you see certain people that enter parliament, you for tinap or you for sidom. What you got advice around that?
You see, I talk about two things. I talk about the law, I talk about the conventions. You know, let me give you an example of the mosque. It's conventional that, they go inside mosque with suits. So if anybody go there, with suits, then go caution them. There was a situation, 9/11 incident, where George Bush go pray na one mosque na Massachusetts Avenue. For there it de-escalate the tension because Muslims were targeted along that day. So when he came, they usher her in. George Bush, they not ever remember say, then they go inside and tell us say police, So by the time he can and they go, it was not deliberate, but he don't know. So then police, this and it make people, So they not allow him. But even if he been pass forcefully, they're not going to talk say he target because he do him out of ignorance. So now the same thing. Was it a deliberate act for make what happened in the parliament happen, or was it a reaction to the action where somebody suffer or what have you? Now then wait and they look at them. So it is now in the domain of the speaker. And I make it, say that the parliamentarian they apologize to, not to the speaker sing. The same way they sing, speaker not been there. So in the first place, he not get control of what happened because he was not there. A cam, even nobody. In fact, some people that they even say, even the president, not even know the incident until after, but say, what he make grab even me now why the kind side because the funfair inside the speaker suite is such that we are happily there. So if all of a sudden things change, you must be taken aback. Yes.
So how parliaments on a normal day can manage that kind of situation then they not the well where incidents could not happen before the president they come inside, but when they come inside for ensure say all protocols have been observed, how na can manage them?
If an incident of insecurity they take place before we bring the president, definitely we go alter the time or in entrance. We go alter anybody will go for usher in, But that incident was not because now somebody take the decision based on how he feel and reacts the way he reacts. As somebody in your own decision. So it comes spontaneously without notice or reference to anybody, So it's difficult for make we begin talk about how we for handle them. Because first of all, I get for know what you want to do, for make I advise you. But that one was spontaneous. As far as in concern, what he receive, he pay back immediately in the way where he pay. So it is left to the speaker, and the leadership, make them manage the incident, and let's continue because there are very serious things for take note of, for take care of now this country. Very, very serious things. So that's the way I see it.
All of these conversations as just a mere distraction to the proper issues we citizens for talk about now.
Well, I'm not going to call it distraction. It's what talking about. We all know, just like parliaments get rules and regulations. Courts get rules and regulations. You don't go to a court, your phone ring, then they no say under, for go the way what he said. Then they take under your hand, and so on and so forth. Punishment then they, But the degree of the punishment is what we are waiting for. For me, what happened in Parliament is normal. Or if somebody reacts to an undertone or an overtone, where harm in body, he harm in emotions or in feelings, I think it's solvable. We don't solve problem. Then people they don't cut their hand, they don't kill people who still they live on.
So if you were in the position of the Speaker of Parliament, what do you for do at this time?
They try to bring peace. Because those were our guests. That is our house. Now we get the rules and regulations for when anybody, dignitaries, and they enter in, as long as that mace day before that person day, and for team up. You see the other way would they usher them in? Would they start from the wife? They will come to the speaker, so that the speaker they usher in the other people the way they where themselves they up, when are the vice president and the because when we talk about the presidency in this country, now three presidents them, but people don't know the president, the vice president, and the speaker. Before the 5 years they all the term president too. You know that? They're all the turn president. That's what you call the presidency. So when you look at them from that angle, you're gonna say it shouldn't be a big deal. The woman na an appendage na herself to the president when in the highest. So she deserves her dignity, she deserves her respect. But if a circumstance such as what happened at the well, not pleased with them and he reacted, let us look at it from that angle and say, well, and we'll take a decision.
All right, let me look at few messages them where people don't send. The first one where I read it come out from Sheku Mansare. It is please Mabel and Khadija ask Pabundu if it's compulsory for the First Lady to be inside the speaker's room where the President, VP and Speaker are discussing before the ceremony.
If it is compulsory?
Yes. Now just take the set there, you go carry respond.
This one from Ibrahim Momo is a honorable. So do you want to tell us that it is not a law to stand for the president, but it is compulsory? So what is the difference between law and compulsory? Because according to your first statement, you said it is a law to stand for the president. So what is the law if the First Lady breach the protocols of Parliament, sir?
All right, this one from George Walker. It is say, my humble opinion, next time all invited guests should be told about the norms and convention that goes on and how one should comport themselves in the Chamber of Parliament.
Michael Mansarede say, Honorable Bondo, as from today, you've won my heart. You spoke like a true gentle Sierra Leonean, as a patriot who love this country and think also outside of Sierra Leone. I think your leadership still needed as a matured politician. I think Parliament needs it.
This one, they say, I think we need to add this to civic education in our primary and secondary schools, talking about the roles of certain positions in Parliament and what these roles entail.
Albert Fujide says, so do we have people who act out of ignorance now? That's the same way they will steal and lavish our state resources and then in acts of ignorance. We need people with moral integrity, of sound mind to govern us. Handling personal emotions should have played there.
All right, this one way I go read. They say, my question again to Pabundo, if they didn't allow the First Lady to be inside the Speaker's room with the President, VP, and the Speaker is a crime, does that warrant First Lady to misbehave? All right, more messages where I go read, and we will come to Honorable Bundu. This other one, they say, the continued discussion. All right.
This one from Idris Kamara say, "We have seen the former president and his wife move together in the well of parliament in many occasions. What protocol protects that incident?"
All right, so quickly come to Honorable for respond.
Yeah. Now one word no more. The word compulsory. I not use compulsory. I think I use convention. You get the law, you get conventions. I say conventions, not to law. They carry the force of law because it had been the best practice of parliament. You know, for say when the speaker they go inside and come out, people then for chin up. Both strangers and the members of parliament. You know, so it's not a compulsory, but it is conventional, and conventions also na law, because na that they practice. If some what he make could they react now because somebody no conventionally obey what he plans happen, you know. But back I thank the listeners. You know, this country we need to pay attention to very serious things, because a lot of things are happening in this country where just something on my way the really small, we don't over, you know. There are things way very much more important for talk. If an election emotion is spill over in a parliament, nice John Palmer trainer John Rest, because our politicians they and then politicians then they were actively involved in their, you know. So some of them are the only avenue that one day is possible economy all of those things are possible. But if you take them from with a pinch of salt politically, we're not supposed for spend a lot of time. But until you know, outside things are difficult, outside people, you know, so many people will find a way to. Some of them are therapy for them, for just talk to, you know. Some of them don't get something we want for do. So this is an entry point for them. They talk, you know, he write, and so on and so forth. So it's also therapeutical, in my view.
So what you advise the speaker, because we see the other day, they go to parliament, they demand an apology from him because of that incident that will happen. What you go advise them for do at this time for calm the whole situation?
Well, I know personally say what I go advise, and the speaker. Fortunately, I worked with him. He was in parliament where I've been there as leader, and I get tremendous respect for him. For the mere fact, say, you know, like a way murder case can they see then they adjourn the matter, let people then cool off. So I like the approach where they take in the first place. You know, I not see do anything. You not join pan the emotion, pan the, you know. Tell people and say, please, we are looking into the matter, and we'll definitely get back to the public. You know, I'm sure if you look at them from there, you know, not to push it and kill in the parliament, you know. Now politics na play in parliament, and would I play too? Not to reverend, not to politician. You know, so why talk about it being personal? We say if parliament say I'm sorry, what is that going to? The public is still going to have their own, whichever way. But the question is, let the speaker continue for brave enough for let the public then calm down, and let parliament continue to be the house of the people.
This incident will happen, so now the first lady they demand an apology. It change anything about parliamentary practice and procedure?
No, nothing will not go happen. Not go happen the next time. I want to believe so, because there's something can make something be. We must put the necessary safeguards from this lesson we don't get. But honestly, the one we suffer, we think seriously say suffer the pain of being humiliated, or let's just rise above politics. let us, for argument's sake, when they enter the well, then that thing they come up, you even shake, you know. And somebody who went on in a stage, that was some of the expectation. I was, like I've been telling you, I was a bit shocked. But see, because she's very theatrical. Na person way I know, you know, even before now, a person way you're not supposed to forget or react to stage fright or, you know, not to demeanor that. But I think that one entered her skin in a way. I'm just guessing. I'm not be certain here. But that notwithstanding, the way where the country did, let we not bring in another thing. We go bring any, you know. Mr. said they joined party big.
If you not being member of parliament or you be still hold a position where you hold as leader of the opposition, you sit down now, Naya. What you go say that incident they teach you as a lesson? Being a leader.
Well, but from the reaction, we go say, I will say, do allow not do that again, because you know only OTSF, you know, it bring down the dignity of parliament, because now they happen, and parliamentarians not supposed to do what they didn't do. However, politics being what it is, they have done it. So, and now then come in politician. You know, so let we not allow the public, let we not bring them come in. Let we talk them. And apology, no apology. I'm sorry. Some angle, even when he tell us, say, I'm sorry, you see the way we beg myself, you know, so let we not blow them out of proportion.
We don't assume and then go to parliament protest. Then self the demand say the speaker for apologize because she's a woman and they believe say she was humiliated by singing that particular song. They wouldn't sing. We go against the emotions.
You represent all the women of this country?
Well, few number of women.
So, you know, let we just put it, say, now politics at play. You self get your admirers. Today something meet you. Even if you know appeal to the others, then go come and show solidarity. I mean, as far as me concerned, solidarity then go show loyalty to the person we affected.
Normally, Nande can be allowed in a parliament. Are there procedures to follow before a group of individual go say they can show solidarity in your words, because then say then go protest for let the speaker apologize.
The public, they allow for make them go and hold parliament accountable anytime. We call on the public petition. There's a public petition committee. We allow the public at any point, then go either write or they make appointments, then go talk to the speaker. Unfortunately, now the speaker and I the chairman of that committee, with all the other leaders, you know. A committee of 12 people or so, yes. So it's allowed. The public now then put we under. So anything we didn't get, we didn't think say it is more than them. The public petition committee is there, headed by the speaker. So what he then do is very, very appropriate. I make I say it's there now within the OTSF of the speaker for make he look at him and look at a fine way where peace could be. Because that's most important. The occasion don't pass. It's not going to unpass again. We're going to stop it or go to put measures, let it not happen again. But it's done, you know.
All right, many thanks, Honorable, where you join me this morning for can share your own experience based on parliamentary practices and procedure. And from what you explained, so it clearly shows that nothing will change it. The practice then still remain the same. And my pleasure as always for tap on your experience. Being a seasoned member of parliament, you served for 3 consecutive terms, about 15 years, and you rise to the ranks and become a leader of the main the ruling government by then. Now, be a pleasure for get you as always.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and I'm always available. I'm retired, but I'm not tired. And make sure say the small thing we do now wait. Anytime when the nation call we for can, we try to be honest and enough and available for can share them with the public.
All right, many thanks, and also thanks to the viewers them we don't watch me this morning. You we don't comment and don't able for read your message. Apologies. Continue for watch Liberty TV as we they bring a very interesting topic them we get for do with public interest matter them as Liberty TV na that today for we they for bring on a topic them we they for address all the concerns we they come out from the citizens. Many thanks to Samuel Thomas we support the production team. We're not the technician behind the camera for this edition of the Breakfast Show. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say continue for watch Liberty TV throughout the day as we get very interesting content the more they produce for now. Have a good day.
All right, till we meet again, Mabel Kabadi say get a good day and goodbye.